each other.
That's it. That's all we have in the... Oh.
Ah.
Look what happened to the bottom of the bucket.
Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm Shelly.
Welcome to Whiskey and Sunshine Off-Grid. Today we're going to be talking about another one of our buckets that we like to have in the trunks of our vehicles in case anything happens. We call them good buckets. That name came from James Wesley Rawls, and actually what good stood for was get out of Dodge. Mm-hmm. So his mentality behind this whole thing was this was stuff you really didn't necessarily want to carry in your everyday bag that you carry, your bug out bag, whatever you want to call it, get home bag. This is stuff basically to, I don't know what you want to call it, supplement, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
contents of your bug out bag. So generally, this particular one we did for our daughter in 2015, and here we are in 2024. Yeah. So it's 9 years it's been in this bucket. It's never been open. And her life has changed a lot since she was a teenager going to school.
Yeah, we got this ready for her when she was headed off to college. We wanted to make sure she had her bag with her and then some extras in this in case of an emergency, or, you know, just any time when maybe she wanted to go out with friends and go camping or something, and she had stuff with her. You never know when you're going to need it for what occasion. So we thought, well, we'll get her all ready to go with one of these and a bag. And so we thought we would open it today and see what's in there from when she was going to college, how we packed it. And now, almost 10 years, wow.
9 years.
Almost 10 years later.
9 years.
Yeah, 9 years last month. So, so now we're going to see, now that she's a mother and she has a full-time job instead of going to college, how we would repack this possibly.
And what she'd put in it, what we'd put in it, your thoughts
things.
even.
Yes,
your thoughts even.
Yes, of course, yeah. Her daughter's 5 now, so I guess...
Going on 20.
Right, of course, as usual. She knows it all. But just to, you know, pack it the way you want to pack it, like as opposed to what my daughter would pack if somebody had a 13-year-old or even a baby or something like that. So we were going to talk about that after, but we want to get this open and show you guys what's in there, what we packed for her.
I've gone around and I've cut all the holes out on these with a pair of side cutters, because these were brand new buckets that we got. Right. This one's like a 2.5 gallon.
We didn't think you wanted to watch us struggle getting
So as you know, these can come off kind of mean the first time. So I have cut those and I have pried the lid so that it'll come right off. But other than that, I have not looked in there. So all I have is a basic memory of what we put in here.
Yeah.
And God knows what else there is.
Let's see. Watch the moths come.
Yeah. Hopefully we're not going to find anything open. Hopefully we're not going to find anything spoiled or rotten. But you never can tell. It's been 9 years.
Right.
So I guess without further ado, drum roll please. Okay.
Bam. Hey, looks like there's a lot of food in there.
There is, but I think that's kind of how we planned it.
Yes. So I don't know if you can see in there.
Doesn't look like it's been in there for almost a decade.
No, I already see some yummies that I want to get into already.
If they're not green, we don't know.
Right. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. We got a bunch of Mountain House food. Beef stroganoff with noodles. Yeah. I always like to look at the dates and see what. So this is best used by September 2026. Wow. So
still good.
Still got a.
And these things have been vacuum packed. Not only have they been vacuum packed in here, but they've got O2 robes in here. You couldn't get a better environment for storing this type of food. Sure. This stuff I think will last way longer than what it says it will. My question is going to be some of the other stuff in here that wasn't necessarily for long-term storage.
Right.
Because I could see being my daughter, she's got a heavy load of jerky in here. And
lasagna with meat sauce.
Yep.
I don't see the date on that one, but that's okay.
We got some milk with blueberries. Ooh. Breakfast.
Granola.
Granola, yes.
Oh, yes. Noodles and chicken. So this is all packed for stuff that she likes to eat. So
yeah, we did that because we wanted to make sure she knew that she had food that she could eat.
Right. You want to, if you don't like noodles with chicken, you don't like chicken, you'd want to put something whatever you
beef.
like in
They
there.
have everything.
So
It's like chicken teriyaki with rice. That's a good one. I like that one.
yeah. So
I've had that
here's-
one many times.
Oh, here's an MRE from the Army Barracks, $8.49. I'll have to look up and see how much those cost now, 9 years later, as opposed to back then. This is chicken with noodles, another one.
How is that bag looking?
I don't know. You check that out. It feels good.
It does feel good. I was just looking because sometimes they get bad, and these MREs, they do expire after a certain amount of time. I mean, if you put them in a good spot, in some place where there's not much sun, there's a lot of shade, and it's constant temperature and stuff, they last a long time. This one here is from 2014. It was new.
I would think extreme temperatures would bother some of these, possibly.
Some of this stuff it will, but a lot of this military stuff I think is pretty stable because they don't pay much attention to what they do with it.
Right. Here's the oxygen absorber. One of them. Did you put one on the lid? Sometimes you stick them on the lid.
Nope.
Nope, not that one. So usually he'll stick one up on the lid or throw one in the
Now
bucket.
let's take a look at what that actually is.
That one's like hot hands.
Here's a little hint for you. I don't buy fancy O2 absorbers from the storage places. This is a hand warmer packet that you buy to put inside your gloves in the wintertime. That's all it is. They're the same thing. All they are is a type of metal that rusts when it hits oxygen. So when you break it open, you rip the package open, the iron oxide that's in here is starting to rust, produces heat, eats the oxygen in the barrel. That causes you to have a good seal and you don't get oxygen in there.
And it looks like there's just one in there.
Yeah,
so
well, being a
probably
2-gallon bucket, that's...
be about right.
If anything has saved all this meat, it will be that.
Right? So let's take a look. Beef jerky, Jack Links. How does it look? I don't know if it looks too good.
It looks dry.
It looks dry. It looks kind of funky. Let's open one and see.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to...
The chickens may have a really good day
there we
today.
go. Yeah, we'll feed it to the chickens if it's nothing good. Let's see. Put it out in my hand. Oh. I don't know. It feels very hard, dry. That's got some white stuff on it. Does it smell funny? Oh boy. Anybody know the number to 911? Oh yeah, it's got white stuff on it. I don't think that's
Nah,
normal.
it's pretty dried out. It doesn't taste bad.
Looks like bark off a tree. Okay, so that's chicken feed. I think, how many other bags? She had another one, so she has 3 bags altogether. They all look pretty nasty.
Yep.
So I would say yeah.
So in the long run, maybe 9 years is a little too long to try to store beef jerky.
Yeah, this says best by November 1st, 2015. So, I mean, we put it in January, I think. So, anyway, yeah, I'd say those don't. No.
But that's easily replaced.
And I wonder if you'd take them out of the packs and put them in your own, like the suction seal one.
Oh, vacuum seal them?
Vacuum, thank you.
There's another one in there.
Oh, there is. Oh, I didn't see that one. Okay, so we had 4 of those.
Happy chickens.
Chickens can eat those. What else we got in there, honey? Coffee?
These things are
Coffee
great.
singles.
I carry these. We used to take these camping with us all the time.
Yep.
They're just like tea bags, but they're coffee.
Yep,
They're awesome.
they work great. These Folgers ones, and they're good, too.
Yes,
taste
they
good.
are.
Yeah.
They're a lot better than regular instant coffee. At least I think they are. Oh, boy.
So we had a few of those in there. It looks like 4 or 5 of them.
There's nothing wrong with those.
Okay. Oh, no, 6 of them.
She went heavy on the coffee.
Last but not least, ba-bam! Peanut M&Ms.
I am guessing those are going to be fine.
You think so?
What could go wrong with a peanut M&M?
Well, I don't know. The best by November 2015, so.
You want to open them and check it? Go ahead.
Hey, chickens. You guys want
Did you
some?
guys hear there was beef jerky in the neighborhood?
Oh, they're all broken, like. They're all broken up.
We could be having a chicken feast here before too long.
It still smells like chocolate.
Oh, that looks bad. Watch those chickens run, would you? Oh, two absorber.
No.
Don't eat the O2.
Yeah, I would say they're all broken. I'd say they're not really
You guys.
any good. They're all broken up.
Ah.
Look what happened to the bottom of the bucket. It cracked. So we have some extreme heat, or maybe it got thrown around.
It could have been really hot or cold and got bounced around in her car. I'd never noticed that.
Huh.
Probably it didn't show up until I opened it and I got air in it. I would imagine it was sucked
Maybe.
closed.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't look at the bottom, but
Well, that would explain a lot of the damage. So, anyway, keep an eye on those buckets, right? I mean, because look at that.
so that's a good note. How often should you check your good bucket, your emergency stash that you have in your vehicle, or even in your home?
I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say a bucket you should check more often than every 9 years.
Yes. Yes.
Now, my bug out bag, I repack every season because the things that I carry in that change. I might have extra sweatshirts and stuff in there in the wintertime, wool socks, stuff I don't need in the summer. So I take that stuff out and I put in bug spray and things like that I might need for the summer.
Extra regular socks or things like that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely depends on where you live, what you're doing. Obviously, if you're just going to work, you'll want certain things than if you were going to go camping. Maybe you
absolutely.
want something else added, or on vacation, you might want some more stuff for the kids, which is something that we wanted to talk about. Now that our daughter has a 5-year-old, what would you put in your bucket if you had your kids with you and something happened, to keep them entertained, keep them happy, make it a little less stressful for everyone? A few things we came up with. Scott had a good point about maybe going to Dollar Tree or something like that and getting little handheld games. Maybe not. There's some games out there that you could get that aren't battery operated, but you want to carry batteries if they are battery operated. Nothing like having a game with you and needing it and not having batteries, or the batteries are dead. Cards, any kind of playing cards,
yeah.
something like that. Our granddaughter loves to color, so maybe some plain paper or a coloring book with crayons, markers, something like that.
Well, I was going to suggest here having a bigger bucket now anyway, because more people involved. But there's a pretty good reason for getting a new bucket.
Yeah. That one's key,
So
right?
that was a brand new food grade bucket.
But that's the thing, is they get banged around. You really should be inspecting them a lot more often, and making sure that they don't open like that, because your food will go bad if they're not kept sealed into that bucket.
Okay, so obviously, I mean, I wouldn't call this a fail. I would call it a learning experience. 9 or 10 years is probably too long to leave a bucket packed. Maybe cut that in half and go 5, or maybe 2, something like that, and repack them every now and then. But the purpose remains the same. If you're stuck someplace and you can't get home, if you got your bug out bag in this, not only can you feed you, but you can feed several people, and they usually will help your situation, as long as the people around you aren't getting ready to draw and quarter somebody.
Right.
So it looks like we're going to do another video, maybe bigger bucket. Maybe we can get our daughter and maybe even our granddaughter involved and see about what they want to put back in, and we'll build a new bucket and put a new date on it, and she can have her bucket back to put in her SUV, and everything will be cool.
Yeah, there's just nothing worse than putting together a bucket, taking the time and finding what you want to put in it, and then waiting too long till when you actually need it and finding that everything in it is, or some things in it aren't any good. So you may want to check your buckets a little more often, and change them with the seasons, or change them with particular things that are happening. Just give it some more thought, especially nowadays. We want to be sure that we are ready for as many things as possible that gets thrown at us.
And these things are easy to forget about once you make them. You build the bucket and you throw it in your trunk and you know it's always there, and life happens. You know, I'm sure she has no idea that it's been 9 years since we put this bucket together. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Now, we tore my other bucket apart. We've got another video on that with my good bucket we did a few years ago. And I think mine was relatively close to the same age. And there was left stuff spoiled in that. But I think the reason being would be that the stuff that I put in it wasn't so apt to spoil in the first place.
Maybe. Yeah.
But
maybe. It was just a breakdown of the packaging.
Right,
I think, at that
right.
time. So this was a breakdown of the whole bucket. So,
correct.
But I will link that video down in the description box if you guys want to check that one out. That was pretty fun to do. Then we also went on to eat one of the Mountain House, I believe it was Mountain House meals.
Yep, it was.
Just to try it. It was expired, but or almost. It was close.
It was close.
So we went and tried that, and we cooked it on the tailgate with our little stove that we have in our bags. So we show you how to do that too. So let us know if you have any questions. Put it right down in the comments and let us know if you have any questions about anything.
Ideas. Maybe you might have the greatest idea about
And
something to put in
ideas.
here that we've never had.
Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of
Whiskey and sunshine.
Off Grid. See you later.